Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
What type of beasts of burden do weird farmers keep?
What type of beasts of burdens do weird farmers keep? So beasts of burdens being oxen and donkeys and...
It's close. It's unorthodoxen.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every single week we take a popular saying and we take an admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while interesting, if we're lucky, educational dive into its meaning, its usage, its history, but mostly we're going to use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am prehistoric skinny.
Prehistoric?
I don't know. I think yours is older.
Pre-skinny?
Yeah,
Pre-skinny.
I'm Plesidontic, the from the Plesiodon era.
It's too close to placenta.
I'm born again. Ew.
That's good. How you been?
Good, man.
How was your Christmas?
It was fantastic.
I'm still wearing Christmassy stuff.
Yeah,
you have until New Year's, I think.
You ran out of clothes, and then this is just
no,
what you're going to wear.
I haven't.
Did you get some new clothes?
I have that many Christmas shirts, sweaters, and otherwise that I'm still working through it.
Feels wasteful to not wear them.
Yeah, I gotta get through the whole pile of ugly sweaters.
That's not particularly ugly.
No, this is just a Santa. Even look. See?
Huh.
That's a YouTube special right there.
That's pretty good. It reminds me, it's like a creature from like the near far. Near.
Yup.
Nope. Well, it's good. Yeah, it was great. I got fun Christmas nonsense.
Yeah.
Some new goodies, and tell me about that new thing that you got for Christmas. You're telling me about earlier.
I'll tell you the new thing I got for work for Christmas.
Okay.
Which was right before because we're living in a winter wonderland right now. I know we mentioned it
awesome.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this was something else. Like, we do not get snow like this.
No, not like this. It's pretty crazy.
To save money on snow removal, I decided to purchase a snow blower. Did I talk about this a couple weeks ago?
I know about it personally. But
yeah, I don't know if I said it on here or not.
Let the secret out. You've got a snow blower.
So
humble brag.
So it's either me and a shovel, because, we've got office parking spaces there.
Right, you got to get the customers in and out.
And I just don't want to pay somebody. So I'm like, I'm still agile enough. I can do this. But,
It's when you start subcontracting it to Cotton's snow removal service.
Yeah.
You've subcontracted. Who's this guy making $150
my first go, my very first go at it, had it. Oh yeah, we did talk about it because I was like econo mode versus like firing at 50 feet away.
Useful.
So
mode.
Econo mode is the way to go by far.
Oh, it's effective enough that it's worth it.
Well, yeah, totally. So
Okay.
It still shoots pretty far, but I can go. I don't know how much more time I was able to use it on one battery charge, and so I got parking lot. Like, it was still work, but there's something about pushing a motor around. You're just like, this is the best. I was hoping for snow. But at my office, it was probably 2.5 feet deep. And
wow.
So deeper than the snowblower, over my boots.
You should use it when it's rainy season too, see what happens.
Oh, puddles in the parking lot?
Just short yourself out.
Anyway, that was my Christmas present to my work self.
That's pretty fun.
And it was truly fun. So
that's pretty fun.
Yeah. But that was what, like the week of Christmas, just before Christmas, we got a big dump. But then it started turning.
You have to treat yourself.
Then it started turning to rain. People could drive places. Our family all made it out fine and all that kind of stuff. So
nothing too bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's but you've got to like know like your core self. Like if like inside you're like, I do not want to do this, but as a core value, if it's fun, I may do this. So like snow removal, like inside, it's like, no, every bone inside me says don't. Yeah. But if you make it fun, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll work if it's fun.
So if you can, now you're going for distance with the snowblower.
Right.
Yeah.
How few passes I could do on the lot to get it.
It was so deep because I had to do the sidewalk.
Turns out it takes 50 passes of the snowblower.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's always one pass. It's amazing.
One long giant maze.
But yeah, exactly. I had to do the sidewalk out at the street too.
It's like Corinthian lace.
And it's so deep. It looked like you were walking through like a canyon.
It was stupid. Like one of our
because with a snowblower, it's just this perfect cut right on the sidewalk.
But it was like approaching 2 feet deep. Here.
It was over 2.5. at the office. So
That's
I don't know
nuts.
if we're in
Maybe
a
it's just different elevation
weird
things.
little pocket there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd think not though, because that's kind of down at the bottom of the hill. But
Well,
anyway,
maybe not.
anyway,
Whatever.
Enough about my snow blower. It blows,
It blows.
and it's great. But today, brought to us by the classic voices of Duck Dynasty.
Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast.
That's just the nature of the beast. That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about today. Nature of the beast. And I was thinking about, you can really use this to refer to almost anything. And so, like snow. It snowed right at Christmas time. That's the nature of the beast. It could be about anything. It could be about people. It could be about actual animals. It could be characteristics
I
of.
don't want to jump in more philosophical.
Technologically, yeah. Philosophical.
But like, it's like the inner core of something, like that, like
the essence of.
Yeah, so like I have some of like my values on like the like people will tend like electricity path of least resistance. People tend to not like maybe do like those extra work projects. You find the fastest, easiest way to accomplish something. The nature of a person, their core like valued thing is
Give
like,
them a task and you'll see it.
what is the fastest way that this could be done,
Right.
or whatever. Or for some people, like 'cause you've had like, how many interns have you ever had over your life?
Right.
like
And
100.
the different levels of work ethics.
Right, and so it's like, what's the nature of that person?
Yeah. Well, this is the description, which works well with what you're saying. An essential property of a thing.
There you go.
Right? It's the essential. This is that. This is them.
It's like, who wants to clean up? Nobody. Okay, let's put on some music. Whoever does it the fastest will get a prize.
Right, but
okay.
but it doesn't have, yeah, totally. There are people like that, but it doesn't have to be about people. Like it can be when I worked in financial securities, RSP season was insanely busy, but that's the nature of the beast. That's what that industry is.
At tax time, people.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So it's the essential. What did I say? The essential property of the thing.
Yeah, like what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's helpful on like one of those personal levels. Like when you know what drives you, or what core inner things make you tick, a lot of the things just get easier.
So what's the nature of your beast?
Oh, mine is oriented around fun.
Yeah, we're similar to that.
Yeah, it's like, this is terrible. But we would spend like half a day setting up something completely stupid just
Well,
to get a laugh.
I could
Like,
say
so-
this now. Speaking of fun, one of the presents that I gave my son was he if you ask him, what do you want for Christmas? It's always something not useless. What does he say? Fun or unnecessary. So I've bought him instruments.
Sounds like Trace.
Like weird instruments. I've bought him like obscure games that are like a U-shaped tube and you just play catch with yourself with a ball. And it's just like in one end, out the other, catch again. So this year, I wish I could remember what it was called. Something flex, something like that. And it's this amazing contraption. It looks like a metal tube about the size of like a small coffee cup, but with no top or bottom to it, and a steel ball bearing, like a big steel ball. And you drop it into that, and whatever the magnetic force or however it's working, it just slows it down to like molasses before it gets to the out. Wow. So it just comes out the other end, but it's like you could drop it from up here. It's a heavy ball. Drop it up here. Zoom, zoom, out the other end.
That's cool.
And so if you get the pull in the right way, you can kind of launch the ball.
It's like a reverse
back
large
up into
hadron
the air.
collider.
Yeah. So that was fun watching him figure that out and mess around with it.
Very cool.
But oh man, I don't have it within arm's reach. Stall.
Okay. Well, I can tell you a bit about now that we're wrapped up on that escape room. That speaking of Trice, speaking of that escape room was fantastic, and at the end of the kind of working through things, it was like that was satisfying. So much so that it's like this needs to be like a repeated thing. Like we enjoyed it so much every day.
Yeah,
just coming at it.
100%. We have really enjoyed, and we're getting into ones that are like referencing old rooms that you've been in and use this piece and
funny the innocuous things that are like have meaning.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this particular one, there's a couple of doors. It's a, it's like a box with like doors that open like a advent calendar, but there's a couple that the doors opened like left to right,
Right.
and so that turned out that you ended up needing that knowledge of the left to right doors.
Oh.
Because there was some clue inside, left to right, whatever, blah blah. It's like left to right. It's like
Well,
this doesn't make any sense.
One of my favorite ones is we opened the door and we're like, "There's nothing in there." And finally, we saw this extra little clue. And you opened the door, went into the little cube room, and there was another hatch on the ceiling you had to pry open.
Crazy.
And stuff came out of the attic of the
No.
room. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Right?
These kinds of things where it's like, how creative can you be in a box? It's like, pretty creative.
Pretty creative.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, I meant to give you this on air the last time we recorded. Here's your late Christmas present.
Oh, you know what? I'd actually thought you forgot.
Never.
I was like, that guy sucks so badly. What kind of friend?
No, you gave me yours in advance.
Yeah, I needed to make sure you book off a appropriate time. We're going to see Sam Morril together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great. This is a lesser gift for sure.
is
But
this
I
like shortbread?
stumbled across this, and
This
I'm
is
like,
shortbread, isn't it?
he'll appreciate this.
Okay. So there was this
ASMR,
beautiful
ASMR.
silver wrapping paper, what appears to be a box. What? What is this?
Some sort of board game called
Idiom Addict, the board game. That's crazy.
right. So this is for sure going to come into use on the show. But
I've actually worked in a game store selling
I
games.
left the price on it.
I've never even heard of this.
I'll take that $79.99 off of there.
Wow, this is
I
exciting.
think at a glance, I think the gist of it is you will get a clue or a card. Are you going to open it?
Well, I'm thinking. Well, we're not gonna have time this episode.
Okay.
But let's do one for the first of the new year.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go. And in closing,
we're gonna run out. We're gonna run out of time.
yeah, let's get back to the nature of the beast. The nature of your beast is fun and presence.
Okay.
And
I did come across some Nature of the Beast gags that.
is that me?
Hello. Here we go. Is that good? Are we good? All right. That's just the nature of the gremlins in the system.
You can only get so good a quality recording equipment from Radio Shack.
And as I was searching through on interesting things, of course,
Dollarama.
People's nonsense jokes pop up. Some of them, like 95% of them, are idiotic, and then there's a couple that are like, "Oh, that's kind of funny."
Idiomatic.
Idiomatic. Here we go. What type of beasts of burden do weird farmers keep?
What type of beasts of burdens do weird farmers keep? So beasts of burdens being oxen and donkeys and...
It's close. It's unorthodoxen.
That's actually great.
I thought you might enjoy that. That says for the weird farmers. Okay. The Scotsman asked a Canadian, "What's your beast of burden there?" Oh,
Was that your Scottish
The Canadian.
accent?
Oh, of course it is. The Canadian. That's a moose, eh? The Scotsman. Oh, if that's a moose, how big are your cats? There you go.
Stupid.
There you go.
That's good.
Yeah, just a little internet humor.
My son is dealing with moose right now. In their suite. Yeah.
It's like maddening and actually fun killing them. Like once you get into
Yeah.
into
Got
it.
3 so far.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got a system sorted out.
Yeah. It's a pain though. It's gross. Okay, well, let's play another game before we get into the actual origins of this. Is the usual game of can you guess where this idiom comes from? Its history, its origin by these 3 choices.
Okay.
Did the idiom "nature of the beast" come from literal actions of animals?
Okay.
1. 2. Did the idiom "nature of the beast" come from original sin? Did the idiom "nature of the beast" come from a tale as old as time?
Beauty and the Beast. Did you have a kid in Beauty and the Beast?
High school play?
Nice.
Yeah. Candle guy.
He was Lumiere.
Lumiere, that's right.
I'm gonna go with. I really liked your.
We got literal actions of animals,
So that one's, I think, 2 on the nose.
original sin,
So I'm going with original sin.
and a tale as old as time.
The nature of something. Yeah. Yeah, what it is inside of its own being, whatever the essence of its purpose or something, whatever you said.
The essential property of the thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Original sin?
I'm gonna go with original sin.
All right, let's find out.
Let's do it.
Let's find out now.
Let's find it.
Said some words, where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origins.
All right, here we go. The idiom. The dirty and the nerdy of origins is the nature of the beast first appeared in a collection of English proverbs compiled by John Ray and published in 1678. Not as old as original sin, unfortunately. So it may be assumed that the phrase was figurative use before this, but we do know that this, beyond the shadow of a doubt, actually, that this is the first time in print that it was used like this in a figurative sense, nature of the beast. But a lot of people believed that the nature of the beast was used quite literally before this.
Well, it can't be in terms of its idiomatic. It can't be an idiom if it's just directly what it is.
No, but the origins.
Oh, I see.
In its origins, it came.
I think it's still correct that even in its origins, it can't be what it means. It is. Otherwise, it's not an idiom.
No, originally, it was not an idiom. It was the nature of the beast.
How
So,
did
for
it become
example,
an idiom if it was not? If it was
for
meaning
example,
exactly
when
what
a
it said?
fox would steal your chickens, you can't really be that upset because it's the nature of the beast. Versus the nature of man, which was two completely different ideologies: nature of man, nature of beast. So, an animal, its instinct, its born and bred things it does is just the nature of the beast. You can't be mad at the fox.
Yeah, it's like when people try and get a picture with a bear
and get mauled.
And it mauls you. It's like it's doing what bears do.
Yeah,
like
yeah. That is the nature of the beast.
Right.
Versus the nature of man, which one could argue nature of man contains original sin.
Yeah, that's what I would argue.
So it's not that the nature of the beast is doing anything wrong.
Well, it doesn't have to be like good that it mauled you.
No, it's not good.
But it's doing what it was supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So quite the opposite.
500-pound killing machine.
Quite the opposite of original sin. One could argue.
Well, it's the entrance of sin
because they're not doing something they should not have done.
But with the introduction of that sin, it propels you to do what you don't want to do.
For man.
Yes.
Yeah. But
that you're drawn
since
to do
it came from a literal sense,
which is
so
hence
here's
not idiomatic.
Early literal use of the nature of the beast. The expression "the nature of the beast" appears in a literal sense at least as early as the middle 1500s. So here's a 1567 translation of Ovid's Metamorphosis by Arthur Golding. It says this, and this is written in Old English, so I'll be careful here. The beasts do break their fast with flesh, and vit, which I think is with, not all beasts neither. For horses, sheep, and rother beasts. What are rother beasts? Is it just other? Rother beasts. To live by grass had lever. Wow, that's a hard sentence to read. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, the next line. The nature of the beast that doth delight in bloody food. Food is cruel and unmerciful as lions fierce of mood, Armenian tigers, bears, and wolves. So the nature of the beast is what all of those animals do by nature. There's a wolf is going to be a wolf.
So that's why I'm conflicted on the idiomatic nature of it.
So
like,
because
the water's going to be wet.
So because it was used,
because water's wet.
Yeah, but
it's not wet.
But that would be the origin. If there was an idiom that was like, water's going to be wet, which is like, maybe that means you call somebody an idiot for not noticing the obvious. You're like, yeah, water's going to be wet, but there's no water involved. Doesn't mean the origin can't be from the fact that people used to say water's going to be wet. So this one came from literal animal, like, your chickens were eaten. Well, it's the nature of the beast. Well, your kids got mauled by a bear. That's the nature of the beast. But then when somebody behaved in a manner that was sinful, or the essence of the property of them, and somebody went, nature of the beast, it was kind of like tongue-in-cheek. It's like, that's what we usually say about the foxes that steal our chickens, but I'm saying it about you, as in, that is just what you do.
So that could be it's negative, but I guess it could be a positive.
It could be a positive.
But it's pretty much always negative.
Yeah.
Like
I got a gift from Skinny. It wasn't my birthday. It wasn't Christmas. That's the nature of the beast. He's that guy.
Yeah, people don't say that.
No.
Like about that. It's like
that thing in particular was not set off.
Yeah, it's like he said he was going to pick me up at 10.
Didn't show up.
Didn't show up. Well,
Nature of the beast.
Nature of the beast.
Yeah. So, but it's about what is instinctually in that person or thing.
When I was looking up beast-related things, some classic stuff also appeared, like Beastmaster,
Oh yeah.
which is like a total ripoff of it's
He-Man.
He-Man it's He-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like looks the same iconography,
Right. Yeah.
sword to the sky, animals.
But it's Beastmaster.
And then there was
Beastie Boys.
Beast Wars, Beastie Boys. There you go, Beast Wars.
Beast Wars. I don't know that one.
Transformers, Beast Wars.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I know that one.
And
Feel
then
like I'm off screen.
we'll get back on, baby. And then, of course, the famous nemesis of He-Man,
Skeletor.
Beastman.
It's not Skeletor?
Well, yeah, Beastman is like Skeletor's right-hand henchman person.
Is Beastman in Beastmaster or is it in
No,
He-Man?
that's very different, Mark.
Oh, so is the
Don't get confused
nemesis
by
of Beastman, is it He-Warrior?
I don't know if there's a Beastman in Beastmaster.
Crossover.
Well, but the actual Beastmaster, he's fighting like some sorcerer, and he can summon animals. So he's Beastmaster.
Yeah.
And it's all like terrible, like in the vein of Kevin Sorbo. Quality.
I just stumbled across
I actually like that show.
live action He-Man movie that, again, my son had never even heard of. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, Dolph Lundgren plays He-Man. And he's like, what? And then
I've never heard of this either.
really?
No, I don't go out much.
Like this would be 1988 or something like that.
I must break you.
Masters of the Universe movie. Yeah, that'd be great. Dolph is He-Man. I can't remember who Skeletor is, but it looks awful. Skeletor comes on the screen.
Joan
he's trying-
Rivers?
He's just like, no.
Roberta Repulso.
Anyway, off topic. Beastmaster. Nature of the Beast.
Yeah.
Nature of the Beast.
Well,
Well,
it makes sense. I like the way you described it. In fact, the way you describe things is really like, gives a person a moment to pause and really reflect. And I appreciate that about you.
what are you saying?
I don't know. It's how I like to compliment all the time. That's just the way I am.
Are you
That's
saying
my nature of my beast?
Oh, that's my nature of my beast. Can you ever say
That's my
that-
nature of my beast.
Can you say that about yourself? I don't think you're allowed to.
I think you should be able to, if it's always negative that someone says about you, how do you combat that narrative if you're trying to change?
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I just think the way that you explain things in nice, simple words that I can understand, it's just really, reflective of the kind person that you are. And that's the nature of your beast.
Don't you think the nature of the beast,
No, your beast.
my nature of my beast is unchangeable? The nature of the beast
No.
is unchangeable. You can't change a fox.
So, okay, fine. But in the context of like people being able to change, I believe it. I believe it's possible.
I do believe people can change, but I think that's what that implies. That's the nature of the beast means you can't change that. That is the essential
people have
property
like a
of the
fox
thing.
as like a pet, and then but it still does fox things that like eats your furniture and burrows holes through your cushions and stuff.
Right. Nature of the beast.
Yeah. So you might not be able to like beat it out of a fox, but I don't know. But you still, I guess it could still cuddle without like biting your throat or eating your chickens.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
but maybe not a Wolverine. Speaking of Wolverine, let's hear it one more time from Rob Lowe in Wayne's World.
Sorry you feel that way, but basically it's the nature of the beast.
how does Rob Lowe and Wayne's World have anything to do with Wolverine?
Rob Lowe was also in Red Dawn, and they were called the Wolverines.
You're doing like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon with Rob Lowe.
I don't know how you
I don't know.
missed that.
Sorry, I didn't make the connection off the top of my head.
All right.
Wolverines. Wow.
See?
Yeah, well, it makes sense now. I'm like, he was never Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman.
That's true. No,
So-
he was in Red Dawn.
You know what? The way that you're able to put things together from abstract things and bring them
It's
together.
my nature of my
It's
beast.
the nature of your beast. Don't talk about
All
my
right,
beast.
let's play a game. Riddling is a game we like to play. It takes two-part trivia-based question, requires a two-part overlapping answer, overlapping by syllable, sound, word, or word. So, for example, last week, before I go into last week's, I want to just make mention, and I don't, we can't say that people are always going to listen to every episode the week we release it.
No.
So people were playing catch up, and we got a couple of correct answers with that 50 Cent one that were like, oh, nobody got that one. I can't even remember now. Long story shorty, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So big shout out to Kayliano and of course our dedicated listener Dangle, So I forgot. I promised stickers
more
and
stickers.
scratch and win ticket.
Perfect.
So that's coming in the mail for those guys.
You should get that sometime in February.
Exactly.
We'll get that
Anyway,
going.
last week, episode 207, our idiom was in the bag, and we left you with this one. This liquid cold curing meal is what the New York Giants had about stealing the ball bag. Did you get that one?
No.
This liquid cold curing meal is what the New York Giants had about stealing the ball bag. So it's chicken noodle soup. Correct answer is chicken noodle superstition.
Oh, wow.
Chicken noodle soup, superstition, overlap them. Correct answer is chicken noodle superstition.
That's a tricky one. Oh, man.
And that's how you play Riddlink. I got a couple for today.
I've got a couple. Let me
You go first.
Let me get this party started here. The core truths of a person make you Skeletor's right-hand man. The core truths of a person make you Skeletor's right-hand
Well,
man.
I appreciate the heads up earlier. I'm going to go with Nature.Of.The.Beast man,
Yes.
not Beastmaster.
No, that's very different.
Yeah.
Not even close to being the same.
Nature.Of.The.Beast man. And okay, let me give you one.
All right.
I don't know if you'll get this one. I don't know if you'll get either of these ones. Okay, let's do this one. You're down with OPP with this inherent characteristic of an animal? You're down with OPP with this inherent characteristic of an animal.
I'm going to go Naughty by Nature of the Beast.
That's it.
There you go.
Nice. I'm like, I know you know the song. Do you know the group?
Well, I needed the end to help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that works. That's why we do it. See, you only feel half moronic.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Good bit.
part 2 here. Man's internal animal wiring is an ally of Optimus Prime.
Well, the only Transformer reference you said. Read it again.
Man's internal animal wiring is an ally of Optimus Prime.
So the only Transformer reference you made earlier was Nature.Of.The.Beast War. Mm-hmm. Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Beast War is a person?
It's Beast Wars Transformers. Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought Beast Wars was like the wars going on, not like a character. So how can the wars be an ally?
Well, I guess it depends on who they're fighting for or with.
Apparently, I don't know my Transformers.
Well, someone will get corrected.
Okay, I got one more, but why don't you tell everybody how they can play along and
Sure.
potentially win a scratch and win ticket? Anybody outside of the two who, I'll do it again. Anybody outside of the two who took the time to
Whoa.
enter, but this time
Did you come into some
has
Christmas
to
money?
be within the week because we give away the answer the following week.
Oh, that's fair.
So it's got to be within the week.
If they listen to it that week and
Yeah.
just like, where's my scratch and win ticket?
Or maybe I should just say first person to get the correct answer,
Sure.
assuming you haven't won before.
So basically, we're giving away $10,000. Okay.
Potentially.
All you got to do is drop us a message on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us at thevillageidiompodcast at gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters.
The Twitters.
At 3 minutes gone.
All right, you ready? The essential animalistic property of a thing is why Motown Philly's back again doing a little what? One more time. The essential animalistic property of a thing is why Motown Philly's back again doing a little what?
Doing a little what?
Doing a little what?
And that is 3 minutes gone.
That's it. That's exactly how you play the game, and I hope people will actually play along this week.
That'd be fun. We would love to hear from you. Drop us a message. It's fun putting today's show together.
It was super fun. I can truthfully say, see you next year.
See you next year. It's been a good one. I'm Skinny.
I'm Dress Mark.
And these are the Village
And
Idioms.
this is the nature of the beast.
Yeah, that's the nature.
Feel it? You have your lighter in the air. I should have warned you so you could hold the lighter up.
That's 3 minutes gone.